Little did I know. From Shadows to Light, my story.
Chapter 1. From Shadows to First Light. Born into chaos and love in Cohoes, David, the youngest of the little triplets, learns early that memory, shame, class, faith, music, and masculinity will tug him in different directions. Yet the pull toward gentleness and purpose keeps showing through. Friendlies, frequencies, and the fog of youth. During the first quarter of 8th grade, I had just turned 13, a tender age when childhood innocence meets the murkiness of early independence. I was deeply involved in church activities, volunteering at Ann Lee Nursing Home in Albany, attending Christian Service Brigade battalion meetings on Tuesday nights, and participating in leadership training at King's College in Briarcliff Manor. All at the same time that I was still ushering at the Cohoes Music Hall. This period still haunts me, not because of church itself, but because of the strange, almost otherworldly connections that seem to hover around those groups. Every Tuesday night, I relied on George Coonrod, a church leader and battalion captain, for rides. My father, busy with National Guard meetings, couldn't take me, so Mr. Coonrod would pick me up, usually with his son John, who became one of my closest friends. After battalion, our ritual was a stop at Friendly's restaurant in Latham for ice cream and a meal. As usual, I rarely had money. I'd sit there, quietly embarrassed, hungry, hoping Mr. Coonrod would cover my bill, which he almost always did. I was gaunt and malnourished then, and I think he could see it. Food was tight at home. My mother did her best, feeding 3 kids, Debbie, Doreen, and my older brother Jim, on a tight budget. Friendlies became a small but meaningful reprieve. But what made those nights so odd were the discussions that unfolded around the table. Joining us were David Krause, an RPI engineering student and brigade leader, Bruce and Dougie Baker, and Thomas Sonneckal. Their conversations drifted into strange esoteric topics, weird science, thought experiments, mind control theories, and recordings from WRPI that supposedly expanded mental capacity. I began listening to those gateway tapes late at night. Then came the leadership conference at King's College, a gathering that remains shadowy in my mind. We slept on the floor in a gymnasium, 50 kids or more, and one night I apparently began sleepwalking and cursing at adult leaders. I'd always been a sleepwalker, but this was something else. The leaders pulled me aside the next day to tell me what I had done, but the memory feels like a dream now, fractured and surreal. Little did I know that this chapter, filled with mind-bending talk, strange tapes, and nights spent half asleep, would feel so foggy in hindsight. Foggy indeed. And here's the curious twist. My paternal grandfather's birth surname was Fogg before he was adopted into the little family. Perhaps this fog I felt back then was more than just metaphorical, a subtle legacy written into my very name. Even my mother, strangely enough, encouraged my connections with these men. Mr. Coonrod, David Krause, the battalion leaders, and my late-night listening to WRPI. In an odd way, it reminded me of much earlier memories when she would visit an older man in Valencia who played peculiar recordings that seemed to echo these later tapes. Friendlies, frequencies, and the literal fog of my ancestry, all converging at once during that haunting year of youth. And yet, as murky as those memories remain, they became part of the fog I would eventually navigate and rise above. From shadows to light, this strange chapter, too, shaped my journey. Thank you for spending this time with me, the Pussycat Wizard. These moments we share, whether in shadows or in light, are threads in a much larger story, one I'm honored to tell with you beside me. As always, the journey continues. The next chapter subsection is waiting, and I'd be honored if you'd walk with me a little further down this road. Until then, keep the wonder alive, and I'll see you in the next episode of Little Did I Know.
If it's a moment you're after, let's give this a shot. 3 quick breaths in through the nose, believe it or not. It will render you happy in the sunshine of the day. I love living in Bisbee and no, I am not gay. The flowers do smell so wonderful in spring. I sit on my porch, a throne for a king. My libido is for magic, man or woman it's not. So celibacy, I'm after magic mushrooms and pot. It's my life I've chosen, like it or not. Bullfrogs and butterflies, Aunt Ruth, she had wrote, if music's like living, then I love every note. Bullfrogs and butterflies and plenty of pot. In the streets of Cohoes, where I call my home, with Sharon, Debbie, Doreen, James, and William, we all roam. From the block to the park, we never walked alone. Through thick and thin, siblings forever, tightly sewn. Playing ball in the playground under the summer sun, running through the alleys, feeling free and young where the Hudson River flows. We found our fun. Cohoes, the small town where childhood begun. I sit on my porch, a throne for a king. My libido is for magic, man or woman it's not. So celibacy, I'm after magic mushrooms and pot. It's my life I have chosen, like it or not. Bullfrogs and butterflies, and Ruth, she had wrote, if music's like living,